To the Civics study guide for the citizenship test prep. There's a number of videos out. This will deal with questions 31 through 40 based on the USCIS slideshow flashcards that they have on their website. So here we go. Question 31. If both the president and vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? And that answer is the Speaker of the House. So it goes president, vice president, speaker of the house. There's a lot more succession, but those are usually the three that they stop with. Question 32 is commander in chief of the military. That is the president. Question 33, who signs bills to become laws? That is the president. Question 34, who vetoes bills? That is the president. Question 35, what does the president's cabinet do? They advise the president. So they have their departments. They're supposed to be knowledgeable in those departments, and then they help the president to make decisions based on what's best for the country in those particular areas. Question 36, what are two cabinet level positions? There's a number to choose from. You need two. So as you can see, they're usually referred to as secretaries. I'm not going to read through all of them. You can see them. The only two that are not secretaries would be the Attorney General and the Vice President, but they're also members of the cabinet. So you can pick the two that you think you can remember the easiest, and those can be the two you use on the test. Question 37, what does the judicial branch do? They review laws that are made by the Congress. They explain laws that are made by the Congress. They resolve disputes, which is another word for disagreements. So if you have a case, you take it to court, and the court helps make those decisions clarified. And they decide if a law goes against the Constitution. So they read the Constitution, they read the law, and then they strictly decide, yes, that is constitutional or that is not constitutional. Question 38, what is the highest court in the land? And that is the Supreme Court. It's also one of the branches of government. So highest in this case means that's kind of that's the last resort court. That's if you appeal, that's as far as you can appeal. Question 39, how many justices are on the Supreme Court? And that answer is 9. It hasn't been changed for a number of years. It says to go to this website, but it is 9, and it's been that way for quite some time. So I would just count on that number unless you would hear differently. And question 40, who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? And that is John Roberts. John Roberts is the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. So that takes us from questions 31 through 40. Hopefully this will help you prepare for your civics part of the test. Good luck. Get out there and pass that test.